In the 1780s, the impact of the Enlightenment, the development of capitalism, splintered Protestant Christianity, and nationalism appeared to open up some opportunities for Jews. Reason seemed to be irreconcilable with hatred for Jews as a people. However, not all voices of the Enlightenment agreed. Voltaire hated Jews. He argued Jews contributed nothing to civilization, and Jews subverted European civilization. Voltaire portrayed Jews as a biological, racial identity that threatened Europe. Again, concepts that made their way into modern anti-Semitism. Enlightenment thinkers were willing to accept Jews if they abandoned Judaism. It led some Jews to embrace this entrance into European society by rejecting Judaism, embracing Christianity, or seeking to reform Judaism to make it more enlightened and European. Some Jewish intellectuals and middle-class Jews in Great Britain, France, the United States, Holland, Germany, and Hungary assimilated by conversion. Others felt they could be accepted if they altered Jewish identity in Judaism. In Germany, France, and Great Britain, and later the United States, they abandoned the concept of Jews as a people and reformed Judaism as a religion to appear modern and part of society, leading to the creation of Reform Judaism and later Conservative Judaism starting in Germany in the early 19th century. The United States became the first Western society to eliminate religious restrictions from voting or holding public office and pledged to freedom of religion after 1787. At the state level, it took another 50 years for restrictions on Jews to be lifted, with the Jew Bill in Maryland in the 1820s, producing the last public debate on allowing Jews full rights of citizenship. In Europe, the concept of emancipation, meaning granting Jews equal rights, started with the French Revolution. France granted Jews citizenship in 1789, based on Jews rejecting the concept of peoplehood and minimizing the differences between Judaism and Christianity that fostered the development of Reform Judaism in France as the ticket to equal rights. Belgium and Netherlands also granted Jews citizenship. In Great Britain, Jews were recognized as citizens by the early 19th century, but not granted full rights of political participation until the 1850s. However, some anti-Semites clung to hatred of Jews in the new, more secular societies of Western and Central Europe by defining the Jew as the other based on blood, race, or national identity. Jews remained outside of the concept of nationhood and equal citizenship because Jews could never be real French or real Germans or real Hungarians. Romantic nationalism that developed in Germany between 1790 and 1880 portrayed Jews as the other outside the scope of the emerging German identity. The biological appearance of Jews made them appear foreign and non-German. One of the leading spokesmen for this version of anti-Semitism was the composer Wagner, which he tied to German nationalism. Philosopher Johann Fichte, sometimes considered the father of modern German anti-Semitism, viewed the French as the eternal external enemy of the Germans, and Jews as the internal threat to the German people and nation. He railed against Jewish emancipation in the 1790s. In 1810, Friedrich Jahn wrote of the state and Volk, the people and common traditions of German nationality, combined to form the Reich, the nation-state. Jews and Gypsies were outside of the Volk and Reich, not part of it, ideas that Hitler embraced in his ideology of anti-Semitism. Once again, Jews remained the ultimate other. Jews could never become Germans. As another example, historian Christian Friedrich Roos at the University of Berlin argued in 1815 in On the Claims of Jews for Rights of Citizenship that Jews were not part of a religion but part of a national group alien to Germany. In effect, the Jews were a state within the state and should be considered subjects but never citizens. an idea implemented by the German state in the Nuremberg Laws of 1935. Jacob Fries, a philosopher, urged the expulsion of Jews from Germany. Restrictions on Jews remained the norm in large parts of Germany between 1815 and 1870, leading to immigration to the United States of many Jews under the age of 45 during this time period. The ideas of German philosophers and historians who followed the Romantic nationalism and anti-Semitism during the first half of the 19th century formed the basis for combining German nationalism, the concept of the Volk, and the exclusion of the Jews.